Hello. How are you, my friends? How are you wherever you are? My organic brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is another glorious day with Mr. Kohera Senior. Once more, back to you and say hello. Let me hope that you are very okay wherever you are. And I'm also very peaceful. The day is going good. And we are actually pushing on and moving on uh, with a lot of actually faith on you, that you people, you are doing me proud because you are always with me and you are pushing with me very well. In fact, I'm very thankful to my friends and all those who are actually uh, blood wise. I have, most of you are with me in blood. In fact, I'm very happy. Thank you very much. I hope also you enjoyed the life in the African village, and that is actually how life goes here in my village in Kurialand. That is the kind of life so many families are passing through. And in fact, the poverty rate is still very rampant. So thank you for your comments. I hope those who read it in Kenya and maybe they have also responded and they have concurred with me that it is actually hectic. There are some minority clusters of people who are actually suffering very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today I still come back to a kind of lifestyle in our social society here in Kenya and also in Africa. I wanted to take you to homes. I want to focus on parents of sons and parents of daughters. I also want to focus on parents of sons-in-laws and the parents of daughters-in-laws. May I start with the parents of men, the parents of boys. Let me say my parent, my mother. My mother is a mother-in-law to Sarah. And I wish I had my father who passed away, who could also be a father-in-law to Sarah. So there is a kind of lifestyle here, actually, which is very uncultural. You see, parents in our tradition, parents in African traditions are very, very respectable people. They are supposed to be respected very much. Once Kohera Senior has married Sarah, Sarah is supposed to actually to respect my parents to the extent that she can ignore me but not my parents. Once she reaches to attend to my parents, she has to actually have a very, 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 very high degree of respect to my parents. In our culture, a son-in-law is a person who should have a very high respect to his mother-in-law, in that he cannot even dare to shake her hand. can't shake her hand like that. You cannot shake your mother-in-law by grabbing her hand. That is too far. That is too beyond. That gap is, that respect is quite very, very, very high. You can also not actually, you don't have guts to stand by her side and you converse looking face to face. No. Once you meet your mother-in-law, in our culture, in our Kikuria culture, you have to stand by the side very far away, and you look on the other direction while talking. And when you are talking, you must watch your mouth. You must know what you are talking to your mother-in-law. And also, you don't look on her eyes direct. No, 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 no. You must shy away when you are talking to your mother-in-law. Imagine in our culture, you can never dare to enter your mother-in-law's kitchen. No, 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 no. You see where your mother-in-law is cooking from. You cannot dare do that. They are saying that it is because, you see, culturally in the past, the mothers were not actually well. They were not wearing so nice like nowadays. So it is perceived that if you could enter the room, you could accidentally find your mother-in-law half naked. And once you do that, you see her, you dare look at your mother-in-law bare nakedness, then that is actually a curse. It is a curse to you. So the mother-in-law is someone who is very much respectable. In fact, when you get a message that you are called by your mother-in-law, before you reach there, you must think twice. What have I done wrong? What could it be? So that is the respect which is supposed to be there in our African culture. And now, ladies and gentlemen, there has come a time nowadays where the lifestyle has completely changed. Imagine, this is Kohera Senior. Kohera Senior is a young man. He has moved to the city. Then Kohera has gotten a job in the city of Nairobi with my wife, Sarah. Then there we go, we stay. We feel that our mother-in-law, my mother-in-law should visit us. Maybe Sarah has delivered a newborn. So we call our mother-in-law to come at least and give us a name and say hello to her grandchildren. This mom comes and Sarah is maybe working somewhere. She's always on duty. The mother comes there, she stays for 1 or 2, 3 months or 4 rather. She doesn't want to come home. Imagine there has come a time where these mothers have gone to an extent of befriending that son-in-law of hers. Imagine, I don't know what they do, and there are even some sons-in-laws who are devils. They go to an extent that they make love to one another. That is Sarah's mother and Mr. Kohera making love on Sarah's bed. This is in Kenya. It is happening here in Kenya. You find a mother-in-law going in the name of seating the grandchildren, but she once she reaches there, she convinces the son, and even that fool in the name of a son-in-law, accepts, imagine, to exchange his wife for his mother, for her mother. Imagine. That is a kind of lifestyle which is going on here in Africa. It has gone again. Look at my mother now. She is my controller. I loved Sarah. Sarah is my choice. Sarah is my lover. We are staying very well. But my mother is very much oppressive to my wife. She does not recognize her. She is always using very bad language against her. She is always actually looking upon her. She is always wanting me to do what she wants. She is the one who gives me directions on what to do and on how to run my family. My wife has no say. Imagine it goes to an extent where my mother controls my salary. After earning, I take my salary, I give the whole amount of salary to my mother, and my mother now is the divider. He divides, he distributes that salary of mine, and she budgets and gives my wife whatever she feels. And sometimes this mother pretends to be loving me so much that she even doesn't want my wife to cook for me. There are mothers who cook for their sons instead of their wives. They are always criticizing their daughters-in-laws that they are dirty. They always cook raw food. They are unhygienic. They are not fit. They go to an extent of even regretting that I wish I knew my son could not have married this dirty witch. You see, she calls her anything. She calls her any name. She is always putting lies, branding lies. So you see, your wife has done this. You are stupid. I have always told you that this is not a woman you married. You better divorce this one and get a good wife. You better do this and that. But remember, this is a girl I loved. This is a girl of my heart. How do you again come on? And my mother had her time to love my father. And nobody interfered with her. Why should these mothers-in-laws, actually, these young ladies are burning. These young ladies have a lot of problems. I am urging the young men who are married to be very cautious about. Otherwise, their journey with their families and the wives is not going to be straight or smooth, because the mothers-in-laws are actually very brutal, and they are controlling, they are inciting. They incite. Imagine they go as far as inciting their sons against their wives. This is very bad. Now, I have talked about mothers-in-laws who follow their daughters who have been married by sons in the city who are working. They go there and overturn their daughters, and they become the wives of their sons-in-laws. Here in Africa, here in Kenya, here in Korea, it is happening. They have overturned, and so many couples have broken because of their mothers. And also, there is also another lifestyle here where brothers-in-laws say, I have my brother, and my brother has a wife. Imagine I befriend my brother's wife. I leave my wife, my brother is alive, I still go for his wife. This is what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. This is very uncultural. It is a very queer behavior which is taking place. These Gen Zs and this modern people who say they are more modern are actually modernizing the kind of love. They are actually GMOs. They are genetically modernizing. Imagine even a son going as far as sleeping with his own mother. A son, Kohera sleeping with the old woman I was showing you the other day, my mother. Ladies and gentlemen, what did we do? And remember, even could it be this one? If I may say, I know you will criticize and say those are the effects of polygamy. And that there are also some stepsons who always go for their stepmothers. Say I have two wives. My elder son comes for Sarah. And in our culture, they say if you see the nakedness of your parent, you will be blind forever. Blindness means your family will never see any far. You will be dormant, you will be doomed, your family will be dwarfed, you will stagnate, you will never progress, your children will never go to school, you will never have that, the generation of that son will never go anywhere because you have become blind in life. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is also this tendency of mothers, more so single mothers in African continent here, these single mothers who educated their sons. You educate your son, okay, you give birth to a son, you bring up that son, you nurture that son in a very good way. This son becomes very bright, he goes to school, he graduates in the university, then he gets a very, very good job. And then now you say, I can never allow another woman to come and harvest my sweat. Can never allow a woman to get married to my son and start earning the money she never planted to my son. It is me. So this woman hijacks and marries. This woman, there is a woman from Zimbabwe who has married her own son, blood son, because this woman educated that son. That son is now mature, and they have wedded. They decided to go and wed. They went to court. The culture hindered them, but they are married. This lady says that she has to marry the son because she invested in that son. Ladies and gentlemen, that is actually very uncultured, quite uncultured. And even in Europe, I don't think even if I do not know your culture. I don't know whether you can marry your own son. I don't know. Island girl, can you marry your own son? I don't know. Tell me, Jamaica baby. You dare marry a son you are suckling. The son who passed through you, still looking and you see, actually, that is a very big sin. And also, There is also another queer character here. I am a father. I have my son. This son of mine has graduated, but he married a non-career woman who is staying at Kohera's home here. This lady, this wife of my son, stays with me here, and maybe I'm with Sarah. So our sister-in-law, our daughter-in-law is staying with us. My son is an army man. He has gone for operations. He is in the bush. So this lady cannot access the husband. And then now here you find I, Kohera, convincing this young lady, this daughter-in-law of mine, until I make love to her. I tell her, okay, you know, you are my beautiful daughter-in-law. I love you. So you, as long as you are in my hands, don't worry. Let your husband stay there. I want you to, whatever you want, whatever needs you have, I will be giving you. I will be. So you don't worry as long as you agree to make love with me. That is your blood daughter-in-law, a wife of your son. It happens, ladies and gentlemen. It happens here in Kenya. It happens even in my tribe. There are fathers who are actually misbehaving with their daughters-in-laws in here in Korea here. In Korea here. So, may I have comments from you? May I kindly know Nigeria, South Africa, okay, Caribbean countries, America. Let me, please tell me, kindly subscribe and comment and tell me if this kind of life is taking place in your country, whether it is legal to marry your own son, whether it is legal to make love with your daughter-in-law, your son's wife, whether it is legal to make love to your own daughter, your blood daughter, Kohera, making love to my young daughter, Kohera, and leaving my wife. Imagine in our culture, there is a saying which says that, okay, there is a very urgent issue to attend beyond the river. So you must cross the river. You are called beyond the river to attend to a very urgent emergency. Then you go to the river where you are crossing now. You find these two ladies. This is your really mother, and this is your mother-in-law. And now, between these two ladies, it is only one lady who will put on clothes, and one remains naked. Then now, choose. One must remain naked, and one must put on clothes. Then you are asked, who do you prefer to wear clothes so that you don't see her nakedness? And who do you prefer to see the nakedness? In our Korean culture, they say they prefer you to see the nakedness of your mother, because this is a mother who nurtured you. She knows you better. She knows you. That is your mother. But not your mother-in-law, because you cannot dare see her daughter's nakedness at the same time you see her nakedness. But now there has gone to an extent that the mother-in-law and the son-in-law make love. Thank you very much. Comment, subscribe, and actually share and like my video tell me what do we do. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let us meet tomorrow after watching this beautiful video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.